What's going on, everybody? Let me adjust my situation here. Hopefully I don't have too many... There we go. That's a little bit better. You guys can see that a little bit better. But what's going on, everybody? ODC here, and I'm back with another live review. Today's live review, we're going to be doing the G.I. Joe 2003 Venom cycle from Spy Troops. And we're also going to be doing the Rise of Cobra, I think it was like 2009, 2010, release of the Snarler cycle. These are both not 100% complete, obviously. What's up, Zorpox? Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Happy holidays to everybody else watching. So right here we have a... Brennan, what's up? How's it going? Merry Christmas to you too. Like I said, these are not 100% complete. Basically what we have here with the Venom cycle on the left, we've got pretty much, I do have both missiles right here. I'm getting my hand out of the way. We do have both missiles right here. Obviously I don't know where the other missile is. It's somewhere around this general area, but this does come with these two missiles right here. This does also have a couple features as far as the Venom cycle goes. Like I said, this was a part of the Spy Troops, so this set actually came with a vintage style figure, it being 2003, and us not getting the modern figures yet. He actually came, this cycle came with one driver, and I believe it was a Cobra Viper in a different paint deco. And then for the Snarler cycle, whoa, I'm just having technical difficulties all over the place. I can't watch where my hands are going. Sorry. For the Snarler cycle here, we had, which I don't have, Beachhead and Roll Bar. I don't have either one of those figures because I already have, technically, those figures. They're just kind of repaints, and I just didn't need it. I just wanted the cycle itself. The other part that it's missing is the gold missile that it came with for some reason. I don't know why, but I have red missiles. I have tons of missiles that I can just use instead of that, but it does have that feature. I think that's pretty much it as far as what they came with. I'm probably going to do these one at a time, but I don't want to be rude to anybody in the comments. Tom Tech, what's up, man? How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. I'm also going to give people a chance to kind of start filing in for the stream, so I don't want to be, you know, knee deep into the review and people are just popping up. So. But right here we've got, in case you're wondering, that's a Marauders Task Force figure. It's a female figure. And over here we've got the Joe Trooper. We've got the Pursuit of Cobra Alley Viper and the Pursuit of Cobra Shock Trooper. So that is that. Woodman, what's going on? Merry Christmas, everybody. Hello, hello. Yeah, I wanted to get this review done, and I wanted to stream it specifically. This way I can chat with you guys, and I also wanted to do this before Christmas, so everyone, we can do a hangout, because I'm going to be busy tomorrow and obviously Christmas, and I'm sure you guys will be too, so I didn't want to bother anybody. But anyway, you're good. Hope you're doing, I'm doing well. Yeah, absolutely. Invader, what's going on? How's it going, everybody? Yeah, but he says, yes, but I only love the vintage action figures, but I love the modern vehicles. I like both. I'm a collector of both. I think they all work together. I mean, you can put modern figures with vintage vehicles for the most part, and I have a lot of vintage vehicles, like the Moray Eel, the Cobra Bug, the Killer Whale, the MCC, all the bases, the two Joe bases that came out, even what's wrong with me? The Terrordrome, Terrordrome. What the hell's wrong with me? I can't talk today. Terrordrome works. The remake of the Eagle Hawk, the redundant name, I like to call it that. That fits with pretty much both for the most part. I know they had to change the cockpit with the re-release, but yeah, I like them both. I like vintage and modern vehicles. I'm not really a big vintage action figure collector, so But I'm more of a modern guy, so I get vintage vehicles and I put them with modern figures. That's just my little thing. Really love the Pursuit of Cobra line. Yeah. I wouldn't hold your breath on that, Brennan. I don't think they're going to bring back the Pursuit of Cobra line, to be honest with you. I don't even know. Like, to me, I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with G.I. Joe. I mean, I know what's going on, but as far as like future plans and stuff, I know there's a movie coming out, and a lot of that is riding on how that does, which is unfortunate. I know there's the Snake Eyes movie coming out too. So, just toss the modern into the box. If I end up getting one with a vehicle, G.I. Joe. Yeah, you could always, you know, if you always get like a set like this, and you're a vintage collector, and you only want the modern vehicle, you could always just sell the modern figures. I mean, modern figures sell well, so you could always go that route, or vice versa. You know, if you're a modern guy, you could sell your vintage figures. They always sell too. G.I. Joe has a pretty decent community as far as reselling stuff. You know. Just Joe, 3 3/4 inch figures. What G.I. Joe is? Yeah. The modern ones are 4-inch. Not the same height. Yeah, they're definitely different heights. Without, oh god, now I'm knocking shit over that I'm gonna lose. Okay. I mean, we all know how. I would say that the modern Joes are more like 3 3/4 inch. Or the vintage Joes are more like 3 3/4 inch, and then the modern ones are more like 4-inch. There you go. See? Hey Andy, what's up, man? I'm backlogged on your videos, man. I gotta play some catch up. I've been playing too much Ghost Recon Wildlands, man. I can't put the shit down. I'm starting to think I have issues. You have over 560 Joes? Nice. And over 1,000 Star Wars? Nice, man. It's nice. Good for you, man. Do I own any 25th anniversary vehicles? Yeah, sure. Yep. Sure do. Yeah. All right, we'll get these out of the way because they're not a part of this video anyway. Venom Cycle is very cool. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to the good qualities and the bad qualities of the Venom Cycle. Now, actually, you know what? I'll start talking about the Venom Cycle first because I don't want. What keeps falling? Oh, Doc fell. Doc fell on his head. Can Lifeline go help Doc? He just fell. Ooh, I found my display. Oh, okay. There we go. Found that. All right. That's good. Almost would have lost that. Anyway, okay, so here we have the Venom Cycle, and as you can see, he's kind of riding it like a chopper. Let me get my lighting over here. There we go. That's a lot better there. There we go. Now you can actually see the damn thing, you know? All right. Now if they would make vintage style figures with modern head sculpts, that would be cool too. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one either. Rubber tires. I mean, they are kind of like they're like a pliable tire. They're not really that hard. I mean, with the Snarler Cycle, you have rubber tires. You know, we'll get to that though. These are definitely like a harder plastic. But, you know, it's 2003. I'm comparing something from 2003 to something from 2009, 10, you know. I'm not really comparing them. I'm just kind of throwing them in one review together. It's kind of the opposites of each other. You know, one's on the Joe side, one's on the Cobra side, so I just thought I'd throw them together. It's not really a comparison video or anything like that. Oh, yeah, Tomax Xamot. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Even with the red. Now, I do think there might have been a blue version of this. I think I was actually bidding on a blue version of this. This is also battery powered. Let me get him off of this. Let me get both these figures off of there. I just kind of did that for the thumbnail. All right, get those off there and not lose his goggles, damn it. All right, so we got that. This is pretty much the setup. Now, there's a few features with this. I'm going to go through the vehicle, and then I'll go back and we can chat it up after the review's done. Okay, so the Venom Cycle, released 2003 in the Spy Troops line, in case you were wondering. Like I said, it came with a Cobra, a vintage style figure, O-ring style figure. He was a Cobra Viper. I can't talk, I'm just babbling here. This is a battery powered vehicle, but not in the way you think. Doesn't have any battery powered functions as far as like moving or anything like that. You would pop this gun in and it would make gun sounds, stuff like that. The battery station is ported right here. So if you want to, you have to get like one of those small skinny screwdrivers like this. Let's see if I can get that out, like one of these, and go in there and pop that out and take out the battery, which I will actually show you what kind of battery you need in case you are interested in buying it and you're like, oh, I didn't know it took that battery. It takes 3 of those batteries, so whoa-holetta, that's quite a bit of money right there. I'm going to actually take those out so they don't corrode the inside here. The previous owner of this took pretty good care of this cycle, so you always want to take your old batteries out after they don't work anymore and get rid of them, just so they don't corrode the inside, and then you're not stuck with something that's, you know, ruined, or is, you know, they would say in Family Guy, ruined, you know. Why are you saying ruined like that? Ruined. Oh, Stewie. All right, so always take your old batteries out. It's not worth the risk to ruin the feature. But there you go with that. Now, the Venom Cycle does run a little bit large, and this was a lot of people's issues. If you actually go on YouTube, and I was actually searching for a review of this, I saw a couple reviews. They were kind of ignorant. I'm not going to sugarcoat it as far as quality goes, as far as their bias go. Yes, it does run a little bit on the larger side. Here's a modern figure. Here's me. Here's my figure. Here's me. There's my figure. There's a modern figure, Marauders figure, standing up next to it. And as you can see, you know, the cycle itself is rather large. Now, the sidecar, I think, fits as far as, you know, scale goes. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit on the large side. It's not a deal breaker or anything. I still think it works. There are larger bikes that do exist within, you know, reality and IRL, you know. But, you know, especially when you put this, I think what the problem is why this didn't sell so well, was due to it coming with a vintage figure. It doesn't really look right with a vintage figure. As you can see, I mean, look how teeny he is next to this cycle. And then when you try to get him on there, because he's a vintage figure, he doesn't really have, I mean, you can swivel the arms, but they don't really want to hold on to this. And then if you do get him to hold on to it, you don't want to snap the thumbs off. So, and he just looks so teeny on it. I don't know. But, and that's the one, I think, drawback. I mean, if you're a vintage collector and you want this cycle with your vintage figures, maybe you don't care. Maybe it doesn't bother you too much. And then kudos to you for not bothering you. I'm just pointing it out because I wouldn't be doing my job as a reviewer if I didn't point that out, that it is a little bit out of scale as far as even modern figures go. But, I mean, if you can push that aside, you can work with it. Now, the sidecar does have also capabilities as well. Let me just detach that. And pretty much to detach it, it's just got a little groove right here. And then you just fit that right in. The gun that comes on this side that does activate the little feature that it has can also fit on this side. So just to point that out as well. And you can also fit it on this side as well if you want to. Kind of. Not really. Okay, just to point that out. But it is there. It actually does have different grooves. As you can see, there's 3 grooves there, 2 grooves there, and then there's multiple grooves right here for different attachments from different vehicles for this. All right, so we're going to put our cycle aside for a second. We're going to talk about the sidecar. Sidecar is pretty cool. Comes with this missile launcher. Whenever we get a missile launcher, it's just me. The missiles are fine and all that, but I always like to pretend that this is some sort of like Gatling gun, machine gun, minigun on here. Just because once you fire this missile, there's really nothing else for this sidecar to really accomplish besides just sit there and maybe take, you know, obviously he's vulnerable at that point because he's shot his one missile, and while the sidecar does come with 2 missiles, he's still kind of vulnerable as far as being able to defend himself. Now, the other feature that this sidecar does have, yes, I know it comes with 2 missiles, but I mean, when we're thinking about this, if you were in this sidecar and you've got a missile this size, how are you going to be able to load that? You know, I'm talking in reality. You know what I mean? I'm talking that's I obviously use your damn imagination, ODC. But if you got a missile this size and you're sitting and this thing's moving, you're not gonna be able to load a second missile like this. So I always like to pretend it's just a you know, some sort of machine gun, heavy machine gun on here. You could get away with that if you use your imagination. But then again, I guess you could get away with 2 missiles if you use your imagination as well. Anyway, getting back to the other feature, it does work as a turret. So what you want to do is kind of, this is the transformer section of it. You kind of want to tilt this down like that, so it sits like this, and then you want to tilt this front portion down so it's like a little bipod right there. Then you want to tilt this down for I guess I don't know what the reason why this tilts down, but maybe it's so you can turn this more while the driver's in there, or the occupier is in there. The operator, I should say. There we go. That would be the correct term. I don't have the figures. I explained that in the beginning of the video. So if you're just tuning in, I already explained that these are not complete, but I will show figures in there, which I already have. So, but there you go. This is with a modern figure from Pursuit of Cobra. There you go right there. Okay, I think we gotta... Okay. Anyway, getting back to this, we've got this little like kind of like, it's kind of like a I don't know, like a crank right here, and I don't really think it serves a purpose because you do have the button right here. So when you do pop this in and you're in the turret mode, I guess you also want to tilt this downward. I guess it does swivel. I guess you could tilt that down if you want to. There is a little sticker right in there, so you could check that out if you want to. But I guess this is kind of like a little console display right here that you could use. There's also batteries in here, which I should probably take out, which I will right now, seeing as this has probably got the original batteries in it. All right. Oops. This is why I do this live, because okay. You know, you gotta love doing things live, right? Come on, work with me. Work with me here, Venom Sackle. This thing's probably been opened once and never opened again. That's what I'm assuming. Alright. Yeah, this thing is like frozen. Alright, so for now, we'll just leave it. I'm not too worried about it. I'll take the batteries out after the review. I don't want to take up everybody's time here, and thank you for staying tuned. I know it's kind of late too, so. But it's pretty cool that you do have this little turret thing. The little pedals right here do actually go up and down, which is pretty cool little feature. Get this out of the way. So there's the little pedals for his feet. That's pretty nice. And then just to get it back into the sidecar mode, you just kind of push that back, push that up. You want to put your antenna up maybe, or maybe you actually want the antenna down for the sidecar mode and then the antenna up for maybe this is some sort of tracking or communications when it's in the turret mode. So pretty cool. But it's a nice little feature. It's pretty cool that I've always liked, you know, motorcycles with a sidecar. I think it's pretty cool. It reminds me of friggin' Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. I don't know. It just does. But actually, I'll put that right there. I think that looks better on the sidecar than it does on the motorcycle, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got a nice kind of like a I want to say like a bluish gray for the tires and the seat up here. And the sidecar seat right there. It's a nice little blue color. We've got a very kind of dull, it's almost like I want to say like an anthracite, maybe like a brownish gray for this area. And then we got some red stripes for like giving off that that snake-like feel to it. But you want the truck from Indiana Jones? Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I know which one you're talking about. From the Crystal Skull one. I think it's like the chopper or something. The jungle chopper or something like that. But we also have like the typical like dulled kind of gray, charcoal gray for everything else, like the missile launcher over here, the handlebars, the back cargo tray, the other tray right here. What else? For the springs right here, for the headlights. The missile launcher, like I said, the other gun on the side, the crank, inside of the wheels. Overall, I think there's a hell of a lot of sculpting going on here. And somebody really put a lot of time and effort into doing this cycle. And I think it's a pretty cool looking cycle. I think it's very underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of reviews out of it. This also does have a kickstand as well, so if you wanted to get that to just kind of sit for display mode purposes and you don't want it to roll off your shelf, you can have it like that. As far as the roll feature, let's just test it out. It rolls okay. The wheels are rather on the heavy side, and they are rather on the thick plastic side, so it does kind of hinder it rolling far, but I mean, if you give it a nice little push, some motivation right there, it'll roll just fine, no big deal. The back, let me get this out of the way. The back section actually does move up and down a little bit, so there's that. So that's pretty cool. I like the little sculpting design for the rear chain. That looks really good. You've got some engine design, sculpted detail there for that. That looks really cool too. You got another shock. You got more of the engine up here. Everything looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. As far as I know, all the stickers that came with the Venom Cycle are on here from the previous owner. Like I said, I bought this used. I bought it off eBay, and I got this for around, what was it? I think around the $12 price portion. Now, if you find them mint on card, they're going to go for a little bit more. But there's not a whole lot of people that buy a lot of Spy Troop stuff for some reason. I feel like people forget about that, and they forget about Venom vs. Valor, which is a very solid G.I. Joe part of the G.I. Joe line. A lot of good vehicles came from Venom vs. Valor. I think some solid, good vehicles came from Spy Troops as well. And I feel like this is just one of those vehicles that got pushed under the radar. Maybe a little underappreciated. It is, like I said, it's a little bit on the large side, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's definitely not in scale with 6-inch figures. So if you're wondering that, but yeah, this is definitely, I agree, A&D. This is back when Hasbro gave actually cared, you know what I mean? But here's the bottom of it, in case you were curious about the bottom. Did you you paid $45 for yours, Invader? Did you buy it complete, in box and all that. That's a little high, I think. But, don't have buyer's remorse as long as you're happy with the item at the end of the day. I guess that's all that matters. But, yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Now that I've kind of pointed out what it can do. Obviously, all the wheels can turn. It rolls. I showed all the features. I mean, there's... if you guys have any more questions about the Venom Cycle that maybe I can answer while I'm here, that's usually what I like to do as far as especially doing these live reviews this way. Because sometimes people ask me questions in the comments section, and then I usually have to go back and answer. But it's a lot easier if everybody's here and I can just talk to them, They had a red one that was harder to find. Oh, okay. I thought there was a blue one. Actually, you know what? I'm probably confusing that with a different vehicle. So that's probably my mistake. Dumb Guts, what's up, buddy? How's it going? If you just got here, we just finished up on the Venom Cycle. We're going to move to the Snarler Cycle in a minute here, but I just wanted to get any questions that people had. If you have any questions about the Venom Cycle, if there's anything else I can show you guys, let me go back in the stuff here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of, Woodman, there's not a whole lot of, what you call it, Venomverse Valor. I'm sorry, I'm going back and I'm reading chat real quick. Hold on one second. Just keep asking questions if you guys want to. I'm just kind of trying to hit up everybody. Ted, I didn't mean to block your message. I was trying to highlight the message and I hit the damn block button by it. It's my fault. Sorry. So you can slap me around if you want. I think I timed him out by accident. I was going to respond in chat because he was asking me a question. I didn't mean to do that, and I was midway through the review, so sorry. Mistake. Mistakes were made. Invader says, I bought the Jurassic Gyosphere last vehicle. And put it in the vamp body. Like a hamster ball and it's a Hydra full. Nice, man. I want that truck from Indiana Jones. Oh, we already discussed that. Okay. I like the detail of the shocks. Yeah, looks pretty good, man. Yeah, it's a good bike, It's a good bike. Don't let people thwart you otherwise, It's a good bike. I definitely give it a 2 thumbs up and a recommend if you're a Joe fan, Especially if you're a modern fan. These definitely fit. This cycle definitely fits way better with modern figures. And as you can see from the beginning of the video and in the thumbnail of the video, modern figures fit right in there. I think the vintage ones are they're a little bit on the small side for this one. But I mean, if it doesn't bother you too much, then go with it, What other Venomverse Valor vehicles do I have? I have the Thunderwing, which is, I think, the best G.I. Joe plane ever made. Yes, better than the Sky Striker. Don't at me. I have a whole... I'm trying to think. I have to look. I'm looking right now. I think I have so much other stuff put away. Like, I'm looking in my room right now because this is the G.I. Joe room. I'm trying to think. The Thunderwing, the... what's that other one I just got? It's, Itza. I don't know. I'd have to, like, show you guys. I don't know. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff that's that's downstairs. I want to say, what's that other one? I can't think of everything. My brain is not working right now. Excuse my brain. Yeah, Thunderwing is dope. I did a review of it a couple years ago. I think it was like 3. Oh my God, it was like 3 years ago already. Holy Toledo, It's a long time. I'm in no rush to get this video done, so I'm kind of hanging out. So if you guys have any more comments, questions, concern about this cool little vehicle right here, is a $30 I think is if it's brand new on card, sure, yeah, you know, $30 is fine. G.I. Joe stuff's starting to go up in price a little bit. I've noticed that. eBay's been real weird lately. Within the last 6 months, there's been some crazy prices going on with like specific toy lines, especially anything 80s. It's like going through the roof. Whether it's vintage or even some modern stuff, like Rise of Cobra stuff is going up in price constantly. I remember when I could get vehicles on eBay for like $5-6 complete. What was one that I got complete? What was it? I got the, what is it? What's the name of that? The one that looks like the stealth fighter from Rise of Cobra. My God, what's wrong with me? The Crimson stealth plane. What's wrong with me right now? I can't think of anything. I didn't drink enough water today. My brain's not working. But I got that for like $10. That was years ago, you know? Yeah, no. People are going to try and make a buck regardless, you know? All right, so if you guys don't have any more questions about the Venom cycle or anything like that, I'm going to move on to the Snarler cycle. So, I really want to get those damn batteries out of here. Drive me nuts. I want to get the damn batteries out. All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to move on. Moving on up. Moving on. Up and out. All right. Come on, you little jerk. Get out of there. I'm trying to get the damn battery compartment open. I know I shouldn't be doing this live on camera. I know. But I really want to get them out. I don't like it when my stuff gets ruined. Oh, the other, Here, I'll get the Snarler cycle in here so you're not staring at nothing. Terry, what's up, buddy? Happy holidays, man. I cannot get this out. This will not open. Wow, that is real bitch. Holy gefilte fish. There we go. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Slowly but surely. And don't call me Shirley. Oh my God, that is really in there. I'm starting to think the previous owner glued this thing. I don't like the way this is coming out. This is not coming out easy. And I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to leave it. Okay, alright, enough of that. Alright, so here we have the Snarler cycle. Snarler cycle came out, I want to say, circa 2009, 2010, with the Rise of Cobra line. Let me get my hand out of the way because I'm blocking the entire vehicle. Stupid hands. Stupid hands. It's the first thing you want to do as a reviewer is try not to put your hands blocking the item. It's like a thing I have to constantly remind myself because I have horrible ADD and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. But like I said, this is not 100% complete. It is missing Beachhead. It is missing Roll Bar, which is the driver of this. And it is also missing the gold missile it came with. Don't ask me why it came with a gold missile, but it did. But I have plenty of other missiles, like I said, that you can use. I'm going to actually test this out and see if this missile will work with it. No, not a chance. This one actually has grooves on the side here. So you're going to need one of those round red missiles. Let me see if I have one lying around, because I have a ton of missiles just lying around, hanging out. And of course I can't find one in my immediate vicinity. Okay, here we go. We got one right here. Oh, God. Don't knock that over. Oh, Lord. There we go. Get out of there. Get out of there. All right, we're going to try this one, see if it works. This is actually off the Pursuit of Cobra Ghost Hawk. And it fits. So there you go. Pursuit of Cobra Ghost Hawk, or any rounded missile, will probably work. Like I said, probably. There's a lot of people that misconstrue the term probably. They think it as, well, you said it would work. I said it would probably work. But anyway, I digress. All right, so the Snarler Cycle is a lot, as far as design goes, a lot more simplistic. Aesthetically, it looks pretty good. It does not have nearly the amount of sculpted detail that the Venom Cycle does. But it's still a really good cycle nonetheless. For especially fitting in with your modern figures, I feel like this cycle works a lot more in scale. Now, as far as putting let me get her off of here. Get off, woman. Get off. Take 5. As far as putting a vintage figure with it, it'll probably work a lot better. I think it actually does work a lot better. I know he's just sitting there and his hands aren't on there. I know. Let me get his stupid little hand in there. Come on. Don't break the thumb. It's actually a little bit too thick for his thumb. That's what she said. I don't know why she would say that, but she did. Let's see if I can pop it. All right, I'm not going to bother with that. I don't want to snap the damn thumb off because, with my luck, I would. But anyway, there you go with a vintage figure. It fits a lot better, I think, with this cycle than it does with the Venom cycle. So if you're curious about that, there's that comparison as well. Here is a vintage figure standing next to it. And like I said, I think it works pretty well with the cycle. Even if you wanted to maybe have it displayed next to the cycle, you could go with that. But, with the little potato people, these are the little potato men and women from the 80s. Okay, I'm done with my horrible Irish accent. I don't even know what that was. But here we have a Joe Trooper right here. And I'm going to take him out because we're going to talk about the cycle. I know I'm jiggling everything about. But as far as, like I said, functions go, it does have a missile launcher right here. So that's pretty cool, I guess, if you want to just use it for missiles. I think I would have preferred maybe a gun on here. Scottish? Was it Scott? I don't know. I thought it was a little bit more on the Irish side, Maybe it's a little bit of Scotty, I don't know. Maybe. But it was bad nonetheless. It wasn't good. So regardless if it was Scottish or Irish, it was just bad. So there we go. But there you go with that. I forgot where the, I think that's the firing mechanism, the scope. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, shenanigans, Mr. Tom. How does an Irishman say 3? Tree. Now, what do they say if there's a tree in the forest? They say 3? I'm just kidding. All right, I'm going to offend somebody, I know. There's going to be somebody that I offend out there. But anyway, we've got some rubber wheels for the wheels, which is pretty cool. So this definitely does move a lot better, I would say. And you also have articulation, a little bit of a rotation, a hinge joint right here for the front of the bike, so you can actually steer the bike. Like I said, if you just wanted to go straight, it will go straight, and it does hold the handlebars going straight, so that's good. So you can rotate those if you want it to turn. It does turn. If you want it to turn the other way, it will turn the other way. So it does have functions, which is cool. I dig that when things actually work with a toy. That's good. And then if you do want to separate the sidecar from the bike, you can. You will have a little bit of a peg sticking out. It's not removable, But, I mean, you know, use a little bit of imagination here and just pretend it's not there. Or you can pretend it's a rear peg for someone to sit on the back if you wanted to. So you can go that route as well. But there's a peg that does sit out on the sidecar, and going onto the sidecar looks pretty cool. Or, you know, obviously the peg doesn't look cool, but, you know, it's there. But the sidecar does look cool. I like this little, kind of have some guns right here on the side, and then you have the missile launcher right there. So this thing is pretty well armed as far as that's concerned. The rubber tires are pretty good. I like them. They fit their function. If you need them to sit and not roll, they will. The Cycle does have kickstands, just like the Venom Cycle does. So if you need that to just sit on its own, it can. Let me get that out of the way. I don't know why that's in the all up in the. But that looks pretty cool. So there's a lot of function here with a very simplistic design, I think. The sculpt on it is pretty well done. Like I said, it's not as intricate as the Venom Cycle, but I think it still looks pretty well. The reds look nice and vibrant. I like the charcoal gray with it. It's like a lighter. Actually, it's not a charcoal gray. It's just a regular gray. I think it's a little bit of a darker gray though. Not quite charcoal, but not quite you know, your regular traditional gray. Over here, same color right there. It looks pretty good. For the rims, you do have like a nice deep charcoal gray for that. And then over here for the headlight, it's just a silver paint for the headlight. I think that works pretty well. For the shocks, you've got a nice little charcoal gray for the shocks. And then moving over here for the muffler system and the rest of the other side for the engine, it's a nice gray color. I think it looks good. I like that this look for it. It's not too vibrant, but it's just enough, you know? It's not overwhelming you like some other, like the you know, most of the mid 90s Joe vehicles. So I think it's a pretty good looking vehicle. I do know that this set did go up in price, because especially when I was purchasing it, this was what was it? I want to say back in May when I purchased this set. It was going for a pretty decent amount. I want to say around the $30 price point, which I thought is way too high. Granted, I understand it does come with Beachhead, and it does come with roll bar, which is technically, I believe, Sergeant Airborne, just redecoed. And I think it even comes with the same rifle with the bayonet at the end. And obviously, Beachhead is a re-release from the 25th anniversary Beachhead, just redecoed also. But I think if you just get the Cycle, I think that's good enough. I mean, if you already have Beachhead, do you really need another Beachhead? I have what? I'm a big Beachhead fan. I love him. He's in my top 10 for all-time G.I. Joe. I'm going to say top 5 for all-time G.I. Joe characters. But I have, what, 3 Beachheads, and that's including the vintage one, the original release. So I don't need, I don't need every single Beachhead ever. But okay. So anyway, so reconnecting this, you just pretty much port those back in there. Just use a little bit of pressure, and then boom, shalock lock, boom. There you go. You've got your sidecar reattached. Oh yeah, he's yeah, absolutely, Tom Tech. He's a fantastic character. Moving on to the inside of the sidecar, you've got some nice sculpted detail for the cushion for the seat, which is something that not a lot of companies, I think, do. But when toy companies do this, it's usually done pretty well. You even have some sculpting for the inside. I'm going to try and readjust my lighting here. Readjust and say readjust properly. Let me get that out of the way. You do have some sculpting for the grates on the floor, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like little dimples right there. So you actually have some foot grip for the action figure, which is more detail that they didn't necessarily have to do, because especially not being seen, but it is there. I've always been surprised by G.I. Joe, and especially like a lot of the vintage vehicles, how much little detail that they put in their vehicles, which is just absolutely fantastic. That a lot of other toy companies just, you know, didn't do for a long time. You know, you'd be lucky if you got a figure that even, you know, stayed together, for God's sake. Anyway, I digress. The grates also are on the back, so you could actually make this a 3-person manned vehicle. Now, obviously, the person on the back wouldn't have anything to hold on to, which, you know, use your imagination. I like to think that maybe this could be used as a handle or something like that. Obviously that's the headrest for the driver, but let me get this thing fully loaded for you, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so we'll get our female Marauders figure on here, and she's just kind of a no-name character. I just kind of threw her together. The helmet actually she's wearing is actually from a Elite Force action figure. The helmets sometimes do fit, especially on the female figures. They definitely fit on male figures too, because I do have another character lying around somewhere. They do also work with G.I. Joe bodies too, so if you were curious about that, they do work. So if you wanted to have maybe like a peripheral helmet on, you could go that route if you wanted to. All right, so let's get our situation figured out here. Where's Spirit? Let me get Spirit over here. It's my little... Let me get Spirit in there. Let's get his gun out of his hand there. All right. Actually, we'll get Spirit. We'll put Spirit on the back of the bike because he's got his holster's going to get in the way. So we'll put him on the back. There we go. There is a divider for the legs inside the sidecar as well. So you kind of have to work with the groove that's in there. Come on. Come on, Joe Trooper. You can do it. Oh, her leg's in the way. That's why. You dummy. Get her leg out of the way. There we go. Oh, it's still wanting to bend his leg. There we go. All right, now he's in there. And then we'll put Spirit on the back. Here. If I just hold for his feet. And they do fit in. So if you really wanted to have this, I guess you could have him holding on to his shoulders. Man, you're a little close, Spirit. You're a little close. So obviously, like I said, maybe like a handle going across here would have sufficed for a design here. But I mean, I guess if you just, you know, use your imagination here, I guess he could just be holding on for dear life. But it does roll with the characters on there, or the figures on there, so shouldn't have an issue with that. But, you know, overall, I think it's a really good cycle. I think it's, you know, in a different way, it's a good vehicle. I like the rubber tires. I like the color scheme for it. I think the red and the gray and the black go together. Two different shades of gray too. I like that as well. So you've got some variety there with your paint. The sculpt, I think, is still there. It looks pretty good. It's a little bit on the, I don't know, maybe as far as, you know, comparing it to the Venom cycle on a little bit of the duller side, but there is a lot of sculpted detail there. Let's just check the back. The back does not have the shock system, and obviously I got to fix my tire here because it's almost coming off the rim. It does not have that shock system due to the sidecar connecting right here where it connects. So you don't have that shock system in the back like the Venom cycle did. But overall, I'd say it's definitely a 2 thumbs up. If you want these to fit with your Marauders figures, if you're a Marauder collector, or if you want these to fit with your modern Joes, or even your vintage Joes, I think they can do the job. So there's the trifecta right there. That's what a lot of Joe collectors like, is variety. I think a lot of Joe collectors like multi-functional vehicles as far as fitting in with different types of figures. And I think this fits in nicely. So I don't think you guys will have too much of an issue with that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as these 2 cycles go. As you can see, there's a blatant size differential here between the 2. But I still think the, you know, the Venom cycle works. You can get it to work. Especially if, you know, if you're a modern figure collector, then it'll work a little bit better. Let me not hide the Joe Trooper in the back here. I don't want to be rude to him. There we go. And then let me get, we'll put the Alley Viper back in the sidecar here. There we go. And we'll put our Shock Trooper on his bike again. He'll be riding that Harley. You could actually probably fit another one in the back. That's how big this this guy is. Not too big. Like I said, I still think it works. You know, obviously people will have difference of opinion as far as, oh, it's too big, or, you know, all that stuff. But I think it works. Looks good. I don't think it's Mad Max-ish. It looks like Cobra, you know? It looks like, it doesn't look, because Mad Max style would be like the Dreadnoks. This doesn't look like a Dreadnought vehicle. That looks like, you know, it looks like that's what Cobra is. It's kind of like futuristic style with modern take. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit of futuristic tech. That's how Cobra's kind of always been. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is very Cobra-esque. I mean, it definitely fits the bill. You know, if the Joes had this, I'd be like, okay, I guess. But, you know, I think it fits better with Cobra, as far as, especially the sculpted detail going on there. It looks fantastic. I mean, there's a ton of sculpted detail just in this little cannon right here in the front. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it's nice that they actually do have this little kind of like pegged in gun on the side. So if you want to swap it from the bike, which I don't mind it with the bike, but you know, if you want to swap it with the bike and then put it on the sidecar, so the sidecar, you know, has a little bit more defense capabilities to work with, seeing as just a sidecar and the guy's kind of a little bit more vulnerable. Where I want to say with the Snarler cycle, he's a little bit less vulnerable, seeing he's got kind of more of a shell covering his body, as opposed to the Venom cycle where he's kind of a little bit wide open here. But, I mean, if you're in a sidecar, you're going to be kind of vulnerable anyway, especially if the thing detaches and then you're on your own, bud. But I think, yeah, both get the 2 thumbs up approval. There's the other thumb. There we go. And I would definitely recommend picking up either one. Or if not, if you want, you're interested in both, pick up both. I'd say stick around the reasonable price point. Like I said, if you find it for, I want to say around 30 or less mint on card, I'd say pull the trigger. But especially the Snarler cycle, I remember the prices just being so damn cheap for these sets coming out. Even the Venom cycle wasn't a whole lot when it came out, you know. But oh, my dog's saying hello. Come here, buddy. Hey, buddy. Yes, we're gonna go for a walk after this review. That's right. It's like, oh my God, you said the W word. I think they should have made a Dreadnought cycle. Oh, they did. They made a Dreadnought cycle. Where is it? Let me go find it. Did I bring it up here? Or is it downstairs? I hope it's not downstairs. Oh, no, it's right here. They made a Dreadnought cycle. I'll get it right now. They've made it. It's called the Doom cycle. Unless you're talking specifically about a sidecar. But, all right, let me move that over. Move that. Then we'll move that. And then this is another review I need to do. There's the Doom cycle. That's from Pursuit of Cobra. So, this set I did get 100% complete. So, I think I got this set last year. It took me a while, but yeah, that's the Doom cycle. It's got some pretty cool features. You can pop those guns up in the front. There's a little button back here. You can pop the sides out, and there's also some little spikes that come out the front, spikes that come out of the back, and he's got a little nail gun that he shoots, which is funny. But yeah, this is definitely like Mad Max style right here. That's totally, you know, Dreadnought style. And then just to put this stuff away, you just kind of fold it back in. Oops, fold those up and then push those down. So there you go. I'll probably do this review maybe soon. Maybe soon. I don't know. But it's a cool cycle too. I like it a lot. All right, get that out of the way. Bring these back over here. Yeah, the Doom cycle goes for silly money. Sometimes you can find it cheap. And if you do, I definitely suggest you snatch it, because All the Pursuit of Cobra stuff is going up and up and up. It's like people just realize, you know, people are just finding out that how good and quality that line was, you know. But yeah, definitely go pick these up. I like them both. They're solid, good adds to your collection. And here it is with a, I guess I want to say, I actually got this from a Strident. They actually gave me that and gave me this. These are just little like other motorcycles to compare them to. Let me get this back and that back. You can kind of compare these. And these are in scale with G.I. Joes too. So there's some other motorcycles if you wanted to add that. You know, if you wanted to give maybe like, I don't know, Snake Eyes or a Ninja or, you know, I don't know. Scarlet would be perfect. That's actually what I give Scarlet is this right there. I think that works perfectly for her. And the motorbike I usually give to a Dreadnought. So looks pretty cool though. They fit in. Yeah, I think that's what they are. Maestro cycles. I think that's what they are. I don't know. When I was hanging out with, when I was at Strident's house, he was like, "Hey man, you want these?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." So there we go. There's the two cycles. You guys have any more questions or anything like that about either of the cycles or anything? Anything? Period, you know? Pursuit of Cobra is probably your favorite Modern Joe line? Yeah, me too. Me too. That and the 30th anniversary line. I really kind of consider the 30th anniversary line still Pursuit of Cobra. You know. Yeah, the nail gun is cool on the Doom Cycle, I know. It's hilarious, you know. I don't know how effective that would be, you know. Oh, a Dreadnought's Venom cycle? Oh, okay. Yeah, it does. It looks good. I still, like I said, there was a lot of reviewers that were, well, no, I shouldn't say a lot. There was like two reviewers that reviewed this, and one was like really bad video quality. I don't know how good my video quality is right now, but one was like really bad video quality, and then I couldn't understand what he was saying. And then the other guy was just like completely just shitting on the entire thing. Oh, it's terrible. This figure doesn't fit on it, and it looks stupid. It looks like a little kid's toy. I'm like, bro, it's G.I. Joe. Are you telling me that the fucking Havoc doesn't look like a kid's toy? I mean, it. Come on, dude. Do you want everything to look realistic? It's not supposed to be. It's G.I. Joe, bro. Come on. Wake up. It's nothing new. It's G.I. Joe. It's realism mixed with fantasy. Okay? Calm it down. You know? Thanks, Woodman. Appreciate it, bud. Andy, man, I'm still looking for the Gamorrean guards. I can't find them anywhere. Target is just giving up in my area. I've completely given up with Target. I'm going to have to end up buying them online, I think. I only want two. If I get two, I'm good. That's all I want for a display, you know? How much is the Doom cycle these days? It's weird. You know, that's why I kind of stayed away from adding in prices because they vary. You know what I mean? If someone's watching this video and it's a year old, then I always get a comment that says, "What are you talking about? This figure goes for like $150 now." Well, at the time when the video was made, that's what people don't realize. Well, I'm not speaking for anybody on here, but I'll always get a comment that says, "What are you talking about? You're an idiot. This figure goes for $250 now. It's rare as hell, and how did you find it?" I'm like, dude, look at the date of the video. Come on, man. It's not that difficult. But anyway, the Doom Cycle, it varies. I want to say I've seen it go for $50. Mine, it was like 25. It came out to, I think, 27 with tax and all that. Oh no, I didn't pay tax on that. I bought that at a show. Never mind. What am I talking about? I think I'm confusing that with my what's it called? Where's that other confusing that with my piranhas that I got. I got 2 piranhas for $27. That's what happened. Never mind. I don't know why I would confuse a boat with a damn motorcycle or a trike. Sorry. But I want to say, I'm sorry. See, this is where ADD happens when I'm going off on tangents. I want to say that the Doom Cycle goes for anywhere between 25 and $50, depending on where you buy it from and what your timing and all of that. You're kind of at. That's why I always say, instead of being a slave to eBay, and I know I'm a victim of this too. I don't have a lot of toy shows that come in my area, so I usually will travel. If you can do that and you're capable of accomplishing that, then I would say go to as many toy shows as possible. You'll save a lot of money. Usually vendors that are there at toy shows specifically usually will work with you with price. If you go to a Comic-Con, there's a lot of vendors that are just looking to get the most that they can, and they don't like going down in price. That's what I've noticed with a lot of Comic-Cons. That's why I don't go to Comic-Cons anymore. But with toy shows, those are completely different, totally different end of the spectrum as far as the quality of vendors that you get. Should try looking at Street Fighter Dreadnought Cycle. Oh yeah, from the night. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I remember those, Terry. I had a few figures from that line and vehicles. They were hilarious. Did I finish setting up my Joe collection room? Well, if I were to show you my room right now, you would it'd be an instant no. 50, yes, 50 is steep. 50 is steep, Tom. I don't suggest you pay 50 for the Doom Cycle. I don't think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's not $50 cool though. That's just what I think. But I don't think it's $50 cool. But yeah, this room up here is a disaster. I have Marvel Legends on the floor over there. Like, I don't want to pick up the camera and show you because it's fucking embarrassing. But I'm trying to this is the problem with being a collector, and I'm sure you guys run into this too. If you don't, then whatever. But this is the problem that I run into as a collector, is that I constantly end up changing displays all the time. So there's always figures on the ground. And I got to clean this shit up. It drives me up a wall. I just got to put this stuff away. Like, not the Joe stuff. The Marvel Legends stuff is like just rampant. Because in this room, the majority of it is just, it's Marvel Legends, a little bit of Marvel Legends, and then all G.I. Joe. Like everything is G.I. Joe. But it's also where I do my reviews. So, like, I have I'm sure I showed this room before. I don't have to explain it. Like, I've got all these vehicles on a desk. It's like a entertainment desk or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, I got a lot of work to do here. You paid $40 for the BBI Abrams. Okay, all right, nice, man. I think I have that. Did you get the desert one or the green woodland style? You change your displays every week. Yeah, I know it's tough. I don't have the time to do it every week. There's too much. I'm not trying to fucking. Don't misconstrue it. Sorry, I'm swearing. I know. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I don't want to be misconstrued as one of these people that are bragging. But I have too much stuff to like be switching up displays. I have to do that like maybe once a month or once every 2 months. It's just too much shit. Sorry, I'm swearing again. Sorry. I know YouTube doesn't like that. Doesn't like it when you swear. They slap your tops of your hands when you do that. You have the woodland one? Oh, that's I think the more rare one, isn't it? Because I have the desert one, and I got that for I think it was like $20. But it's the green ones, the woodland one's always harder to find for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I should turn this way so you can see the dang thing. There we go. Should work from the side, not from the front with my hands. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So it works with Marauders figures. It works with 25th anniversary. It works with Pursuit of Cobra. It works with vintage figures, the Snarler cycle. It's, you know, pretty much up to your discretion as far as how you want to use the Venom cycle. If you don't like the way it looks with vintage figures, then put them with modern. I think I mean, the cycle does, to me, look better with modern figures. That's just my own personal preference. Obviously, people have their own preferences. If you think otherwise, kudos to you, and go with it. You know, if you want them with your vintage figures. I know, Tom. It's just some people like if I swear, the thing is, like with YouTube now, it's become a totally different beast from when I started over 6 years ago doing reviews. So it's completely different. Like I used to swear like a sailor. Now I don't, because people are weird. And I don't want to say people are weird. That's rude. I shouldn't say that. People are particular, and they like to nitpick or troll for no reason, and they will flag your video if you swear too much, or if something comes off offensive, or if they just don't like you. You know, that's the thing. And as soon as you're flagged, then you have to deal with YouTube and all this stuff. And I don't have the, you know, I don't have the patience to deal with people like that, or, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. It's like Christmas time and stuff like that. I know. Are you guys like big on Christmas? Because I'm not as big on it, really. I'm not. I don't know. Why am I talking about this? I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when I was a kid, I loved Christmas, but it's completely changed when you're, you know, 35 going on 36 and. Oh, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that, man. You know, I appreciate that. But yeah, no, it happens though. You know, things change. YouTube changed, and nothing really you can do about it. You just got to roll with it. You know, just got to roll with it. Nothing I can do about it. It's not killing me at the end of the day. You know, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, there's some people that, you know, it bothers. It just doesn't bother me anymore. I just don't care. You know, I do this for fun anyway. I don't do this for money. I don't really make any money off this channel anyway. So, but any other questions? I'm going to take final questions. Am I going to play Tom Clancy on Twitch this week? I was actually considering streaming tonight. I was actually considering streaming on YouTube, because I've noticed that, like, I'll get, like, a couple people from my channel that'll come over. Like, Woodman always comes over. I know Gaz comes over. But, you know, I'll put up the video with the link in the description, and it's like, yeah, people don't go over to Twitch. I just don't think a lot of people like Twitch, the way it's set up. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. But I was actually considering streaming on YouTube, but I've had really bad problems with like streaming stuff live on YouTube when it comes to video games. Like I've gotten flagged like crazy, and a lot of videos held up for review. So I don't know why. I got pummeled for like a bunch of like old wrestling live streams that I did, stuff like that. I was like, why? And there's like not even music playing. I don't even understand why I got hit for copyright. But I did, so I took them all down. That's why I just don't stream video games anymore. But and I get worried that if there's music in the video game, I'm gonna get hit for it. So it's just annoying. Like I just wish I didn't have to deal with it. But as a content creator, you have to work around that stuff. That's why I go to Twitch, because Twitch, I can play music, I can say what I want, do what I want. They really don't care. All that like YouTube does. They don't put like a ton of restrictions on you. So, yeah, if you guys want to see my streams, or you want to hang out, shoot the shit, we could talk action figures. We can talk about the game. I've been streaming Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is essentially like, I think one of the best co-op. I mean, it definitely doesn't have it's not without its own faults, but I've been streaming quite often lately. So, but there's a bunch of videos up there for VOD if you guys want to check that out. Missed the wrestling live streams. I know, yeah. I just wasn't getting enough people watching. You know, there's a big divide. You know, it happens. It's okay. You've been grinding the game. Love it. I know, man. If you're ever there, I think I usually link up with Gaz. So if you want to link up, Woodman. If anybody wants to, play some Ghost Recon Wildlands, we can. I like to play a certain way though. I like to play, I don't run and gun as much. I try to take my time, go as stealth as possible, but you can only go so stealth in that game without, being spotted and stuff. You definitely can't run and gun in that game. It doesn't allow you to do that. So, but all right, I'm gonna end it here because I'm not even talking about the cycles anymore. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you like video game content creators, there's a lot of great ones on Twitch. There's a lot of really talented people when it comes to video game stuff like that. Go check them out. I mean, Twitch is a really good app. I've never really had an issue with Twitch. Now, there's another one called Caffeine. It's kind of new as far as streaming and stuff like that. So it does have its like little bugs. It had its little bugs with like stopping the stream automatically for a while, but then they fixed that. So, but Twitch is it's a good solid streamer platform. I think it's one of the best as far as, especially if you want to watch someone stream specific video games, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a really good platform. You guys should check it out. I think it's a lot better than YouTube, to be honest with you. It gives you a lot more freedom. They don't blast you with copyrights if you want to listen to music while you stream, stuff like that, But, okay, anyway, I'm not even talking G.I. Joe anymore. I should be talking G.I. Joe. I'm a dipshit. But I have to go because I have to walk Oreo here. That's not my actual dog behind me, but that's what he looks like. Except he's got floppy ears. His ears don't stick up. Right, bud? You got some floppy ears, don't you, bud? Yes, you do. He's got the floppies. Thanks, Woodman. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here because I gotta go dub the D. I gotta dub the D. But yeah, that's the end of the review. Like I said, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up for both. Go pick them up. Like I said, you're at the helm of eBay at this point, or if you guys want to go check out Big Boy Collectibles, you can. I'm not sure if he has these in stock. He might not. I don't know, but you can go check them out. It's the only other website I can think of, really, that you can go to and actually purchase vintage or modern style G.I. Joe stuff. Mint on card or close to mint on card, to be honest with you. So, there's his plug. There was a free plug for him. So, there you go. Check him out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to here, you're a beast. You guys have a great Christmas. This is, I guess, technically the closest it's going to get to a Christmas stream. I won't be streaming on Twitch. I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow. I'm too busy tomorrow with family stuff and all this work, and I'm actually working tomorrow, so but probably Wednesday I will definitely be streaming. I usually stream around, I want to say 6 to 10 o'clock at night, depending. Sometimes I do late night streams at about 10 o'clock. So we'll just aim for Wednesday. We'll aim for a 10 o'clock session. So go on Twitch. Like I said, be sure to have your notifications set up for if you're subscribed If you're not subscribed and you don't want to subscribe, whatever, then fine. But if you are subscribed, be sure to hit that bell for notifications till you see 2 little parentheses hanging over the bell. This way you know you get all notifications. Because when I do put up my live stream videos, it's pretty much that 30-second clipped video giving you the link in the description box. And I even put it in the title of the video. So if you guys want to check it out, you want to come hang out, there's the link right there. It brings you right to my page, and I should usually be live streaming. But hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys have a great holiday, have a great Christmas, all of those holidays all wrapped into one. I know we can't. It's offensive sometimes to say just Christmas to people because there's other holidays. I get that. So I'll just say happy holidays to everybody, and thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you to all of you. I want to try and say hello to. Give a shout out to Zorpox, Brennan, Invader 6, Woodman, A&D. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Like I said, I got to catch up on your videos, man. What else? Who else? I accidentally blocked somebody. I didn't mean to do that. I think I didn't block him. I don't know why. Ted. I'm sorry, Ted. Didn't mean to do that, bud. Holy shit, I timed him out for 300 seconds? I'm an asshole. Terry Turner, thank you. Dem Guts, thanks. But yeah, all right. I also have Marauder stuff coming, so that will be probably another live video. I like doing Marauder stuff live. I think it works out better that way. So, but thanks, guys, for hanging out, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.